Hey all, Hipper here. So this is the last video with Z-39 for this round here, because I finished my experiment, and if you haven't watched my other 39 videos, or Z-39 videos, then you'll know that I bought this ship when it came out, and I had a good run with it for about, I don't know, 20 battles or something like that, and then I didn't really touch it for a year or something, and then I played it a bit over the last few weeks. And I realized that it was doing really well, because I was playing it with the same build I did back when I got the ship, which is I'm using Lutyens with a full sonar build on the ship here. So I was thinking, oh, it actually seems like I'm winning a lot more battles in this thing here. So I wanted to see exactly how well it was doing, so I ordered my stats from Wargaming a few days ago, and they came through today. And yeah, I'm right. Like, obviously, destroyers have a much higher win rate than cruisers and battleships, because they pretty much dictate the battle. But I'm still surprised how high the win rate was for this ship here. And remember, I've played this ship completely solo all the time. I have never divisioned in it. In my cruisers, I have a win rate in the ones I really care about between 63 to 65%. Like it goes up and down around that. Some of them 61, 62, but the main ones like Edinburgh and Hipper and all that stuff is 63-ish, something like that. So I thought probably this German premium tier 6 destroyer here is probably, it's more than that, so it's probably just around 70 or something like that. But actually it's nearly 80%. It's 79 point something, so let's just call it 79%, which is a lot more than I thought, and just really underlines how good of a build this is, because with that amazing sonar, it's really hard to do anything against these destroyers here. The only problem is the damage output, especially if you can only fire your front gun in Z-39. You're gonna have a tough time taking out another destroyer without help, because you have an 8-second reload, and it just takes forever. That's the only downside. But if you can manage that and you can play these ships to their strengths, yeah, you're going to do really, really well. And once more, this has underlined to me how super important it is that we get stats on a per ship level, and that we are able to filter on division and solo play. Because I keep hearing over and over about people's win rate, and my win rate this and my win rate that, but that doesn't mean anything when all we have is an overall win rate that counts solo and divisions and destroyers and battleships and everything into one big bunch. And that's just not how the world works. It doesn't tell you anything. So let's just say, for example, that I played like, let's say 10,000 battles, and I played 5,000 of them in Edinburgh with a 63% win rate. And then I played another 5,000 in Z-39 with a 79% win rate. So my overall win rate would then be 71%. And is that really like a fair like view of who you really are and what you do? I don't think so. It's just a summary stat that, like I said, doesn't mean anything. Well, it does mean something, obviously, but it doesn't give you the details or the like the information that you really need to figure out if that win rate really is what it looks to be. That also comes into play with solo and division stats, because like those two mixed together, it's just ridiculous. Like, there might as well be completely different games if you play like exclusively division or exclusively solo. It's a world of difference. A better stat is the average XP, but even that stat is still not very good, because first of all, it's been a while ago now, but there was a time when premium ships got a 25% added XP bonus, but that's been so long. It's nearly 2 years ago now, so that should have leveled out at least for people who play a lot. And then the other problem with average XP is that it also counts the bonus you get when you win a battle, which I don't think it should. It should be like the total base XP, what you have contributed to the battle, regardless of a winner or not. Because that is a problem when you play in a division and then you usually win. In a good division can win 9 out of 10 battles easily. So you'll get 9 victory bonuses, which is like, I believe it's a 50% victory XP you get added on top of your base XP. Although you didn't earn that XP, you were just given it because you won. So that skews the average XP completely, and also makes that very, very hard to use. Of course, you can like subtract the winning, like you can make an estimate and subtract the winning battles, and how much XP that player would have gotten from having like a win rate of whatever 65% or whatever. But again, it's not completely accurate. But it is probably the closest we get to some sort of, an overall metric that we can use to really judge how good a player is. So what I want in the game, and I think it's something we've been waiting a very long time for, and it really maybe too long, I actually think, because it's not very difficult to do. And I know I've been asking for it for years, and at least they are working on it now, Wargaming. The lead programmer told us that in the last interview. But anyway, what I really want is, like I said, to be able to filter stats on obviously ship and division and solo play. And I would also like to do it on map. And even time of day, stuff like that, but that's probably not gonna happen. But that's okay. So say you pick a ship and you filter what you want to see. You want to see solo, and you want to see average XP, or you want to see win rate, or average damage, or what have you. Then it would show something similar to what you can see in the arena leaderboard, where it shows you like the top 10 players, and then it also tells you your own position. And then you can just scroll through the list and get a better idea of where you are yourself and where everybody else is. I think that would be very, very useful, and especially when clans hopefully come out soon. That would be something that pretty much is absolutely needed to determine the best clan layout, really. Say, for example, you have a clan and you want, you need a very good battleship player. It's not enough to go out there and look for players who have a high win rate, because that doesn't tell you anything. And also, players with high damage, it doesn't tell you anything, unless you can actually filter to the specific ship type at the very least. And that would actually be another good filter I would like, to filter obviously to the ship, like individual ships, but also to ship types. So for example, you could filter to carriers, and you can see, oh, okay, this guy here is really good in carriers, so we'll send him an invite. Stuff like that. And that's why I think, I know that when clans come out, some kind of statistic insight like this will be a must, because it's not possible to do otherwise. You cannot order someone else's stats and have a look at them like it's a personal thing. And there's no API or anything like that to connect to the actual game engine and suck it out yourself like you can on PC. That would be awesome, by the way. I would be happy to do that if Wargaming just would give us the tools. But I don't think they will, and I don't think we can, because this is not PC, this is Xbox. And I'm not too sure that Microsoft would be like super happy having like individual World of Warships players like killing their API with all sorts of weird queries. So I don't think that's gonna happen. We're gonna have to wait for Wargaming to actually roll out the more advanced stats. And like I said before, there was an interview with Kirill, or whatever his name is, the lead programmer, I think a few months ago now, 2 or 3 months. And he did say that the improved stats was something they were working on or were about to work on. I can't remember what he said. What he did say, or what he didn't say, I remember, that was that it wasn't in the demand queue anymore. And that's a good thing. If you work in IT, you know that anything that sits in the demand queue is something that is not gonna happen. Demand queue or backlog, whatever you want to call it. It's at least a year in the future, and especially if it takes them 6 months to prepare a ship from PC to put it into Legends, then I would think something like advanced stats would probably take a year to implement. So hopefully they've been working on it for a while. So I would love to have it before Christmas, really. But I guess we'll see what happens. And I am well aware that 43 battles is not the biggest sample size in the world, and it should probably be more the likes of 200 battles as a very minimum. But even if it was 200 battles and the solo win rate of this ship here went down to like 71 or 72%, whatever, that would still be very, very, very good. It doesn't really matter. I mean, on Discord, I've had people with like 20 battles or something like that in a ship come up and tell me what to do. And although in that ship I would have like something like several hundred battles. So anyway, I really hope that Wargaming gives us those advanced or detailed stats very, very soon, because like I said, it has been ages, and I remember when they added the like the stats we have now. I think that happened 3 or 4 months after the not even the release. The game was still in like early access. I think so. I can't remember. It's so long ago. It was back in 2019. But of course that helped a lot, because you could see how you were actually doing, at least to a certain degree. But there's still a lot missing. There's no way to track your progress like over time. It's just it's very, very lacking, and honestly I don't understand how the Wargaming guys themselves can live with it, because I'm sure they would love to know stuff as well without having to query the actual database and like submit requests to the IT guys at Wargaming. I'm sure they don't appreciate that. But anyway, I guess we'll see what happens in the next few months, because hopefully this new stats version here is right around the corner. I'm hoping every time there's a new update, I'm hoping that it'll be in the patch notes, but of course it never is. So is Z-39 worth the money, and is it a powerful ship? Well, absolutely yes. Like I said, this ship here will win you battles. You're pretty much only going to lose the battles where there is absolutely nothing you can do. Like the blue team just wants to lose, and whatever you do, then then you're going to lose. And of course, those battles are around, and there's not much you can do in those. Like, don't get this ship if you want really high like damage output, or fires and stuff like that, because it tends to lag a little bit in that department. It's no Japanese destroyer where you can like take out a battleship with just one salvo or torpedoes. Even in these things here, if you happen to get even a tier 6 battleship broadside on and you hit with all 4 torpedoes, you're not going to sink him in one. So like I said, it's not a Japanese destroyer. But what it is it's a really good carry destroyer. Like I said, it's at tier 6, very few radar cruisers, and you have a very powerful sonar, and you can make it even more powerful with my Lucian's build that I use, where you get 5 kilometer range on both ships and torpedoes. So anyway, that was the last Z-39 for a while, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you out there.